Well, hello everybody. I'm so happy to be here with you. It's exciting. These times are exciting right now. All exciting. Let me tell you, Seaforth One Marketplace, we're going crazy over here, having a blast, having the time of our life. I want to say this to you and I want to say it out loud. It has never been a better time to be in this company with this organization and what's going on. I'm seeing incredible sales coming across with the campaign that's been done, the 21-day campaign. That thing is just booming. New products every day on there, people buying like crazy. I mean, we're selling more products to customers and to business partners than I've seen this company ever do. It is really, really exciting. And on top of that, we are hitting record numbers in the amazing packages, that welcome packages, people coming on and buying the premier package so that people are getting engaged here. Record numbers. It's growing by leaps and bounds. Very excited for that. And I'm so thankful for each and every one of you and the job you're doing out here. Some of you are absolutely blowing this up. We've seen some people register 30 or 40 business partners. It's extraordinary to watch. And so we just wanted to take a moment and thank you. Thank you for your participation, for your entrepreneurial spirit, and for your energy and drive for the amazing Seaforth and One Marketplace. It gives me great pleasure and happiness, very much so, to introduce our CEO, our founder, Mark Seaforth. Mark, take it away.
Good evening or good afternoon, depending on what part of the world you're in. This is Mark Seaforth, your CEO and founder. We're going to do something a little bit different tonight. I'm going to just kind of share with you a little bit about where we've been, kind of what we're doing right now, of course, where everything is going. First, I'd like to thank Scott for giving us that update on the 21 deals in 21 days. I mean, that's actually been a great success. I mean, it really has. It just goes to show you we've got some very, very unique products, products that people really like, they want. And obviously, by offering it like this, we get a lot more activity. We got a lot of the people that were, free shoppers, because we've got a lot of people, if you've signed up as free shoppers, that have jumped in and really taken advantage of this. So anyway, it's been fun, it's been interesting, and we're going to continue these types of campaigns moving forward. So with that, I want to kind of jump into what I wanted to share tonight. It's been several years since we launched Seaforth, and I think it's a phenomenal company. It's something I'm very proud of. We've developed some unbelievably, really, really good products. Obviously, one on which I'm going to talk about in a few minutes is the PFPB and the Acai Plus. But we've developed all these products. We've developed a really unique and very powerful compensation plan. And, it is still a network marketing company. And of course, the one thing that's now started to happen is we've now introduced what's going to be One Marketplace, which is going to be the first ever connective marketing company ever in the history of the planet, because no one's ever done anything like this. I mean, we're launching something that's so new and so unique and so different. And I'm just excited that everybody here is going to be a part of it. But one of the things that I think is important for everybody to know is that as we do this and launch One Marketplace, Seaforth is still going to play a very integral part as we move forward. Because what I think most of you are going to find and realize, and it's going to be the way we're really going to be out there sharing our story and our message and stuff, is that really when you get one company, you can get both companies. And why is that going to be important? Because one, Seaforth is a network marketing company, right? And so it uses a compensation model that's designed around network marketing, where you build a genealogy and you own that genealogy, you get paid on it. Okay. One Marketplace is connective marketing, where you don't own a genealogy, but you just build community pods that you get paid on. And so you get the benefit of everybody that joins anywhere in the world. But what makes this so unique and so different and pretty exciting is the fact that you get rewarded differently. But why wouldn't you want to get both income streams? In other words, why wouldn't you want to have what happens from all your community pods and be paid on them, but at the same time get paid on the genealogy that you start and builds from what you do? And that's what you're going to have at Seaforth. So obviously, the smart thing to do for you, for all of us, is to make these two sister companies work hand in hand. And that's exactly what we're doing. And as a matter of fact, that's what everybody's doing right now. You think about it. When you go and sign somebody up right now, I understand a lot of people are bringing people to the table with the excitement of one marketplace and this new concept of connected marketing and being a smart shopper and the simplicity of it and the fact that you don't have to motivate and train and inspire, all those types of things. But the only way that happens right now is you join Seaforth as either an affiliate or premier member. Now, the great thing about that is that as you are bringing people in right now, maybe even just to be part of one marketplace, because I know a lot of you that have just come on board are doing that. You're bringing a lot of premier members in, not affiliates, because you want them placed very high in the global pods over here when we get them started. So it makes sense. But the beauty of this is you're getting paid over in Seaforth. I mean, everything that you're doing right now, as you're putting people in, you're getting paid in Seaforth. So isn't it going to be kind of cool when we launch this that you'll have the opportunity? Now, some people might not want to do it, but some people might just say, no, for me, I'm just going to do one market. Fine. You're going to be able to make that determination for yourself and do exactly that. But I think a lot of people are going to go, well, let me rethink this, because if I can have one membership that basically allows me to be in both companies and I get income streams in both companies on a whole different way of building, of course, why wouldn't I want to do that? Why wouldn't you? So that's what we're heading towards. And so as we start talking about the launch of one marketplace, I just want everybody to kind of keep in mind, as you start to see this play out, you're going to realize that these two companies are going to really work hand in hand, and you're going to get the benefit of both. And when's that ever happened before? Where you literally could have two income streams and two companies that operate entirely differently, but you still get the benefit of the income from both of them. So that's coming. Now let's talk about dates and stuff well, before I get into that, let me digress for just a second and talk about this a little bit, because, one of the things that Seaforth did is it developed this product, PFPB. And for me, and you've heard my story and stuff, and maybe some of you haven't because you're just now joining the company and stuff, but this saved my life. I mean, this product saved my life. This actually is a combination of both PFPB and Acai Plus, because I take it every day. Because it is 10 products in one, and it does these amazing things. It's not just about losing weight, even though I've lost a ton of weight, and I'm still losing, and I want to lose. I actually was looking at this guys, you know what? I kind of got a little lazy for a couple of weeks and gained a few pounds, because we all do that, right? I said, man, I got to get back on this. So one of the things I'm going to create for this coming month, in the month of June and July, I'm going to create a PFPB challenge. It's going to be like a 60-day summer challenge, and I'm going to make this available. I'm going to be on it myself. I'm going to invite everybody else to be on it. There'll be prizes and awards and recognition, and it's going to be a lot of fun things that we'll do around this challenge. So I'll start talking about that in detail next week, and we'll try to bring that thing out and make it fun for everybody. And the beauty thing about PFPB, and that's what I love about this product, is the fact that it does so much more than the weight loss. I mean, the wellness side of it, your cardiovascular system, your digestion, your gut, your cognitive functions, your skin, your muscle endurance and recovery. All these amazing things happen when you're on this product. Now, one of the things I got to do, because I keep saying it, but I haven't done it, is I need to show some pictures of me from even 20 years ago. I tell you, you look at these pictures and say, well, my goodness, I probably look better now than I did 20 years ago. And I do. From a health standpoint, I know I'm better because of this product, I get to live a long and healthy life now. And that's what's really important for all of us, is you want to be healthy. You want to wake up every day. You want to be energized. Does that. You want to feel good. Does that. You want to feel healthy in your body. It does that. You want to lose weight. It does that. So why wouldn't you want to be on a product that, by the way, and I sound like a marketing piece for this product, because I believe in it that strongly. But one of the byproducts is it saves you more on your grocery bill than you spend for the product. So you basically get on it for free. It's just offsetting an expense you already have anyway. So when you take all that in consideration, and the fact that the third component of that is when you have the PFP, guess what you just also got? You got the business too, because you can have the business for the price of the PFPB. So where does that happen? Anywhere. So again, if you're not on this, get on it. I'm going to take one swig and then we're going to get back to work. And if you make it the way I do, it's delicious because I make it with strawberries. That's all I ever use. Strawberries and water. And I just with ice and it just, I love the taste. I love the taste. Okay. Now back to One Marketplace. So what we're going to be doing is rolling this thing out. Everybody's been asking when, how's it all going to happen? And so I'm going to start talking about it, a little bit more and a little bit tonight, but even more as we get closer and closer to July 1st. So the plan is that on July, obviously we're going to go into what we're going to call our beta launch. And that means that we're going to start this migration process of making sure that everybody gets placed into One Marketplace. Because right now, remember, everybody's joining. You're joining in Seaforth. You got a timestamp, and that timestamp plays a big part, obviously a 100% big part of where you get placed in One Marketplace. And for those of you that maybe are new about how that placement works, it's real simple. The first persons that go in are going to be the people with the highest ranks that we have in Seaforth. The second is going to be our founders, our 800 Club, and then we get down to all of our premier members go in, and then all of our affiliates go in. But everybody, no matter who it is, goes in based on their timestamp. So if you're premier members, you're still going on based on your timestamp. So somebody that joins today as a premier member will obviously go in first before somebody joins tomorrow, the next day, or the next day. Same thing with affiliates. So timing is everything. So if you're going to go out and do this business, and I know a lot of you are, now would be the time to do it. And why? Because in One Marketplace, as you start to build, what happens every time you put in a Smart Shopper, even though you're putting them in Seaforth as an affiliate or premier right now, what happens over in One Marketplace? You started a community pod. And if you've watched the video, and I'm sure you have, and if you haven't, go watch it again and again until you understand how important these community pods are going to be to you. Not only going to be important, but it doesn't hurt to be ahead of the curve. And right now, during this next, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, we're talking 2 months that we have, a little short of that, you're so far ahead of the curve for the rest of the world because everybody you're putting in right now is going to be your pods over here in One Marketplace. And the closer they are to the center, just the better off you're going to be. Now, does it really make a huge difference in the scheme of things? No and yes. And what I mean by that is somebody joins this company a year from now still has the same opportunity to get out there and build, and it'll happen probably in the same time frame. But here's the difference. Because of where you're at right now, your pods are going to build faster. They're just going to build faster and quicker because you're at the very beginning. And it's the same true of everything. So timing does make a difference. Getting your pod started does make a difference because the closer those pods are, the sooner, the faster filling. For example, there are people right now that have some of the earliest timestamps in Seaforth because they've been here from the beginning. Guess what? A lot of those already have their first pods filled. You imagine that their first pods are going to be filled by the time we launch. Or close to it. Some of them actually will be. I've been looking at it to see, but it's going to be interesting to see at the time we launch how many people actually have pods that are already built before we even start. So that's going to be fun, folks. And remember, this is just the beginning because phase 1 is just this part of the beta launch, putting everybody into One Marketplace. And by the way, income never stops anywhere. In other words, as we do this, the income that's generated on One Marketplace is going to make you money. The money that's being generated in Seaforth makes you money. Nothing will ever stop. It'll continue to flow. But what's going to happen as we do this is just going to get better and better and better. Because, for example, like when we first start, there'll just be the membership income over in One Marketplace that we start this initial beta launch. Then we start bringing in the shopping, right? Now, the shopping is going to be, big in some countries like the United States and Canada, smaller in other places. In other places across the world, it might be just digital products as we start. But remember, those people that are actually joining in some other part of the world, because people here in the United States are joining and they're able to shop all kinds of products, they're still making the money over there because it becomes part of their community pods. So that's the beauty of this. It doesn't really matter where you sit in the world. You're still going to benefit from people shopping, even if you don't have shopping from day one in your own country. Now, part of the phase-in model that we're going to be building, and this is, guys, again, I hope you have the same vision that we do here, and that is that we're talking about building something for a lifetime of income. for everybody that's in this company, in this business, a lifetime of income. And that means it happens in stages because the shopping, for example, will start small in some countries and grow and grow and grow. Because as we get into countries, we can bring in more and more manufacturers, more and more suppliers of products, and we just keep expanding this. I mean, Amazon wasn't built overnight. If anybody knows their story, guy started off selling books and, he wasn't doing that well. Guy named Bezos, right? Look at him today. One of the biggest companies, if not the biggest company in the world. Now, can we do that? Absolutely. Who says we can't? Because we have something that Amazon's never has and never will have, and that is that every person that joins this company owns a little bit of it. Because every time somebody shops, they're getting paid. Well, on Amazon, it's just the shareholders and Bezos getting paid. Here, every time your pods start to fill and grow, every time people are shopping, you are getting paid. That's a huge difference. And I believe what that's going to do, which Amazon and nobody's really had, is create customer loyalty that's just never existed before. Because why would anybody want to shop anywhere else? So I just want everybody to know as we talk about this, and I know I'm kind of talking big picture right now, and for a lot of people, they can't even fathom what we're talking about, where we're going. But imagine as we start building this product portal, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And the bigger it gets, the more products we offer. What does that mean to you? The more money you're going to make, right? Because it's just going to get bigger, and it never has to stop. And one thing we've already done, we've already proven that the model will work. We already know from talking with manufacturers and suppliers that they would love to provide their products to us, here at Seaforth and One Marketplace. But for that to happen, we've got to have certain things happen. It's like the chicken and egg. We've got to have the membership base because the bigger our membership base gets, the more they want to be suppliers of products to our portal. So we have to do our part, which we're doing, which is going to be building this thing. The suppliers are there. They'll come. They're already coming. We're lining up more and more products right now. So this is going to be, I hope, for everybody on this call, a journey. And I will tell you this much from my, years on this planet, and I've had a very blessed life. It's never, ever the destination. It's never the money you're going to make. It's never the destination. It's not how many cars you have, how many homes you have, all the toys, all the things that people want. And there's nothing wrong with it. We all want it. But I will promise you that those things never bring you joy. What brings you the joy and the happiness is the journey. Because I promise you, the first time you buy maybe something you've always dreamed of, let's say, for me, I remember it like it was yesterday, my first Ferrari. I was so excited because I had finally had the joy of actually, I bought this car I've always dreamed of as a kid. And I bought my first Ferrari. I got in it and I drove away in it. And I remember I bought it in Atlanta, Georgia, and I lived back in Jacksonville, Florida. So I was driving it back. You imagine a young kid in his first Ferrari coming back, I was literally in tears of just joy. I'm thinking, this is so cool. This is unbelievable. But guess what? It wore off after a while. I would go out to my garage and I'd see my cars there, and that was one of them. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. Because why? Because it wasn't ever a destination. It's a journey. Because the moment you have that, your journey continues on. It continues to something else. And that's what gives us the excitement to get up every day and go to work and do the things we do. So with you, everybody here, remember, if you start looking at this like, okay, I'm on a journey. And what's important about the journey is that you do something every day. Don't sit back and go, well, when this is done, or that's done, or that's done, and then I'm going to get bit. No, never. It's like me. I wake up every day. What can I do every day to make this journey a reality? This amazing journey that I see that we're on to make it a reality. What can I do? And I do those things. You have to do the same thing yourself. For you, it's pretty simple. What you need to do is just bring people into Smart Shoppers and bring them into Seaforth, or bring them into Seaforth as premier members, or bring them in saying, hey, if you want to join One Marketplace, come into Seaforth as a premier affiliate. You're going to have that position over there. It's a simple, a simple story, an exciting story. But you do that by starting to put people in. And I will tell you this, and I'm going to close for the day, for the evening. We've had some people have just joined this company in the last 30 days. And those people, because I know that they're probably talking about one marketplace and then putting them in as premium members and Seaforth right now. And I think most of them are going to stay in both companies when we launch because of all the cool things I just talked about we're going to do when that happens. But you know what's interesting? Most of the people who have joined in the last 30 days have put in more people than some of you that have been here for since the beginning. I mean, I've seen people, I mean, it's putting in 10 smart shoppers, 20 smart shoppers, 30 smart shoppers, because they see the dream and the passion, the excitement behind it. So if you're one of those that's been here for a while, time to go to work. And by work, I mean, just take the journey, enjoy it. Just start sharing the story and the message and watch what happens. So that's it for tonight. Again, we're going to be giving you kind of a layout here in the coming, 6 weeks of every phase of this beta and what's going to happen. It's going to be done in 3 or 4 stages as we roll out more and more and more. But just remember one thing, and then that's it. And I said it already, but I'll repeat it. Your income never stops. Everything that we're going to be doing as we roll this thing out, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and better and better, you're going to be earning income every step of the way. So that never is going to stop. And it's already happening right now because obviously as you're putting people in Seaforth, you're making money. So with that, I want to say good night. I hope this was a good call for everybody. Do your one thing. Get up every day and say, what is the one thing I can do to help grow my business? And maybe that one day it's not to put in a smart shopper, share the message about being a smart. Maybe it's just working with some of the people that you have. But do something just a little bit every day and watch what the journey brings. Good night.